All right, hello YouTube. So we're back in the Cessna, and we are in Fort Stockton, and we are going to get ready to fly back to Van Horn. Now, this was going to be a Beyond ATC flight, but for whatever reason, Beyond ATC is giving me a fatal error. So, clear prop. So I'm going to just try to fly it without using Beyond ATC. And we'll see what happens here. So I got a flight plan already in the system. We're going to go up to 8,000 feet. What I'm going to do is, once we get up to altitude, I'm going to go ahead and I got to turn this preview back on because I can't see. I moved the camera. I think we're okay. All that boot-de-loot is my tablet booting because I never booted my tablet. I'm going to see if I can launch Beyond ATC after I take off and see if that's the issue. Deck board. Let's go ahead and connect and get into the correct settings so I can set my altimeter. Am I in the right window? Okay, it set my altimeter, so we're good to go there. And I'm just going to drive through. Let's see. Huh, my radio panel is dead. Why is my radio panel dead? So there's more to this than just the... There's more to this than just the Beyond ATC not working. Huh, alright, whatever. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. I don't even know how to change the radio frequencies on here. Let's see. This should switch them. And 118 point. Oh, I gotta, man, I am not even prepared for this flight. Five 525.
Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Tango, automated weather observation 1200 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility, 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature, 20 Celsius. Dew point, 10 Celsius. Altimeter 29908. Kilo Foxtrot Sierra Tango, automated weather observation 1200 Zulu.
Winds are calm.
Wind, calm. Visibility, 10.
I'm just going to go runway.
Clear. Temperature, 2.
I'm just going to go to runway 30. Let's see what's the departure. 135875. 135.
Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 20 Celsius. Dew point.
All right, so here we go. Stockton traffic. Cessna November 451 Oscar Golf is taxiing to runway 30. Just gonna drive through this guy. Brakes are working, rudder's working. And we're just going to go to runway 30 because it's right here. Winds are calm, it doesn't really matter. Beautiful clear skies, and this will get us headed in the direction we want to go. And for all I know, Beyond ATC is having a server problem. I don't know. Let's see, let's get this thing going with, let's get our landing lights on. Stockton traffic, Cessna November 451 Oscar Golf is taking off runway 30 north departure. Let's swing our heading bug around to runway heading. And let's take off. Woo. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's got us bouncing all over the place. 60 knots. Pull up our gear. Let's hit the autopilot on. Let's see if this thing will, Beyond ATC, you're supposed to be able to launch it while you're in flight. Nav hold. Oh, I'm in the wrong window. Albuquerque Center, November 451 Oscar Golf is with you, 4,000 feet.
November 451 Oscar Golf, Albuquerque Center, radar contact. Climb and maintain 7,036. Altimeter 3010.
Climb and maintain 7,036. Altimeter 3010. November 451 Oscar Golf. What a strange altitude to assign us. Didn't even give me a squawk code. So how am I radar contact? I don't even have my... Let's see if it assigns me a squawk code. So I did turn off the other ground scenery and switch back to the default. I think I like it better. Anyway, besides the fact of all the popping in and just not loading correctly, I think it just looks smoother, looks better. $7,036. What a strange altitude. We're going to go ahead and do a full power climb. So this is bringing us right back to Van Horn. Get me home. This was a little 3-flight round robin. If you wanted to see, if you're watching this one and you didn't watch the first two, the first one I fly from Van Horn over to Midland, and I used the map enhancement software, and the map enhancement I had set to the newer Bing maps. Then I flew from Midland down to Fort Stockton yesterday, and I had it selected to use Google Maps, not the Pro version, just the standard version, and now I'm back to default. So you can kind of see, if you look at the end of the last video when I'm coming into Stockton, and see what the ground textures look like, and then watch this video and see what the ground textures look like. I think this is much nicer. Yeah, so it didn't like me starting. Beyond ATC did not like me starting in Fort Stockton for whatever reason. And I don't know why this is not working at all. My radio panel. I mean, obviously I can do it. It changed my standby frequency. Interesting. It changed my standby frequency to 135.510, it looks like. Why would it do that? So we're going to fly up here to Hoban. We're going to take a left turn. Basically on the charts it looks like what it did was it sent me around some restricted airspaces. I'm flying at 8,000 feet this flight, even though, well, 7,036 feet. I didn't have to because of terrain. I think it's because of these the airspaces that I did have to fly through, but I'm not for sure. I think what I'm going to do, just because I don't know. I had been doing those flights down along the Gulf Coast. I might continue on those. I don't know. I think I might head over to Arizona though and do like a touring Arizona. Alright, let's get this stuff set. I'm going to go ahead and pull down the manifold pressure to 22. Pull the RPMs down to 2200. And let's get the mixture pulled. You can see that EGT gauge going up. Looking for peak. There it was. And I'll go just a little rich. Fuel pressure's looking good, section's looking good, my clock is looking off. It's almost 8 o'clock. Ground speed 161. We are looking good. So we got about 10 miles to go till our turn at Hoban. Did this thing chime? I don't know. There it goes. So the clock in the aircraft is about 20 seconds ahead. Let's go ahead and go outside. The sun with the tail. It's cool how you can hear the different. Up here you hear the prop sound more. Alright, what do we got? 4 miles. 4 miles! We're going 162. Almost going 3 miles a minute. This turn's going to be in just over a minute. Start heading over to some more mountainous terrain. See, I'm flying IFR. I should be at an even number altitude. I should be at 8,000 feet. I don't know why this assigned me 7,036 feet. Let me see, nav map, little nav map will tell me what my actual altitude is. It is saying 7,263 feet. Let's see. Let me see if I update my altimeter. It is telling me to descend a little bit to get back to 7,000. Oh, here we go. Let's do our turn. Let's do our turn. So when I had that error, like 3 weeks ago, where I had to reinstall the flight sim, I don't think I had to reinstall it. I think I just didn't uninstall that other software properly. Let's see. I'm going to have them verify my next fix. I've never done that before, so let me try it and see how that works. Should be Sproul. Albuquerque Center, November 451 Oscar Golf. Can you verify my next fix?
November 451 Oscar Golf. Request not understood.
Request not understood. Albuquerque Center, November 451 Oscar Golf. Can you verify my next waypoint, please?
November 451 Oscar Golf. Request not understood.
Not understood. Let's see. Now I'm going to have Kelly. Kelly, you call.
November 451 Oscar Golf. Please verify name of my next fix.
November 451 Oscar Golf. I show you going direct sprawl.
Going direct sprawl, November 451 Oscar Golf. Thank you. So it's please verify name of my next fix. Well, that's odd. Whatever. That's one thing. I guess you can get that Say Intentions, which is a monthly subscription. And it's also a voice thing, but it has AI controllers. So if you say something, I just filled my tea. Sorry for the interruption. I just filled my tea over here, and then I was going to reach over here to grab it to drink. That's how stupid I am. Say Intentions, you don't have to be quite as particular. It would have known, verify my next fix, or verify my next waypoint. It should have been able to figure that out. Where this is looking for more specific, I mean, you can always cheat like I did and have your co-pilot call. Let's see, Sproul is 40 miles away, 38.7. I'm sure Kelly's up by now, because it's 8 o'clock after 8. Unless she didn't sleep well either, I don't know. I used to love when I was flying it in the P3s and we were doing like bounce flights or just transit flights and I was the aft observer, because my window when I was on the aircraft, I had a little window. It was only about this big around. It was kind of cool. It had polarized lenses on it so you could make it a shade, because I had my radar. If the sun was on that side, I needed to really make sure it was dark to see things on my radar, but couldn't really see anything. I was over the wing, could look down, but when I was an observer in the back of the plane, those observer seats, for one, you're facing backwards, so the whole time you're flying backwards. But or you can turn your seat sideways, and then it's a big window, probably this big around. What's that all about? That's odd. When I tried to open the task manager, it opened and I have no idea where. It's on one of my screens hidden somewhere. Huh. Must be on that pinball screen. I wonder if something just got way abused. Anyway, hopefully the recording's still going okay. It's a big old window and it actually bubbled outside of the aircraft. So you could stick your head into the window and see down. And I had loved just looking down, especially in like night flights, looking out, seeing the city lights, cars, stuff like that. I am a scenery type guy, which is why if you watch my flight sim stuff, you can kind of tell. I like looking at the scenery. I fly VFR in these Cessnas because it's a high wing plane, so you can see down and the wing isn't blocking your view. I used to fly some of the big jets, usually the medium size, the regional jets is what I would fly, like the I don't know if you ever flown on a regional jet, the CRJ 200s, 700s, 900s, all those, where you walk in the tube, you got two seats on one side and one seat on the other kind of thing, little regional jets. I used to fly those. They are fun to fly, but, and then I would do littler runs, like that's what you would fly if you flew out of Little Rock to Dallas. And then, like when we flew from Little Rock to Portland, one time when they sent us all the way to Atlanta, but if you flew down to Dallas first, you'd fly in that and then you'd get into like a 737. So I would fly those runs in the simulator because I was part of a virtual airline. But once you get up to 30,000 feet, the view is not the same. I really enjoy flying slow and low, seeing the scenery, looking around, because that's what I would be doing if I was a real pilot. I mean, if I was a real pilot, yeah, you got to check your gauges, keep an eye on everything, make sure everything's looking good, but I'd be looking out the window. I'd be spending, a 182 would be hard for me to own because of this problem, because I would want to look out the window, and having to constantly do this would suck. I like flying the 182 in here in Flight Sim because, one, it has the steam gauges, and two, it's a little more detailed because it is a pay aircraft. And I don't know, maybe I'll take the Mooney. Maybe I'll come back to Van Horn here. Maybe we'll take the Mooney and fly the Mooney around Arizona. It's a low wing. That's the only bad side, but you got a pretty good view out of the Mooney. I'm getting a little better at figuring out how to do these shorter flights and using Beyond ATC. Not that this is a short flight, but unfortunately with Beyond ATC, there's no VFR, there's no other traffic yet, and I've done a few times where I've made a flight and it didn't like my flight plan, the IFR flight plan. You can't do just direct. I can't just say, hey, fly me from, like when I go to Arizona, fly me from Tucson to Phoenix. Direct. I just want to go from the Tucson airport to Deer Valley, which is on the north side of Phoenix. Now I have to do waypoints along the way where it won't let me do it. So I would love it if it just let me do VFR flights, but they say they're going to add VFR to it. Yeah, so see, in real life, I would want to be my seat adjusted so I could see out the nose of the aircraft, probably about there. That's probably too high. Probably somewhere right in here is where I would want to be able to see. And then when you look over, now I could look down, look at the cars and stuff like that. And now you can see, look at the green tint to the roads. That's the only thing that was better. Man, I got a lot of stuff in my eyes. Sorry, I keep rubbing my eyes. That's the only thing I like better about the Google Maps and the newer Bing Maps is the roads weren't tinted green. But the reason for that tint is, I mean, the ground here is tinted green too, but it blends the different tiles that are different colors. I mean, this looks great all the way out to the horizon. And if you watch my last video using those Google Maps, it did not look like that. The colors were different. There were spots, especially when I flew into Midland on the flight before that. The whole city groundscape was completely different color. So people can complain about the Bing Maps all they want, the default scenery in Flight Sim 2020. But if you've flown any of the old simulators, geez, this looks amazing. Is this greener than the local area is? A little bit. But there is differences around here with the ground, and it's not just light, almost white is what the Google Maps look like. We do have some color. Alright, so we are, what do I got? About 13 minutes till our arrival. When I get the scroll here, let's see what this is saying. Top of descent is right after the turn. So if he doesn't descend me right after we turn, I will request or let him know I'm ready for my descent. So Kelly was asking me yesterday about the call sign. I changed my call sign to 451 Oscar Golf instead of 45 Oscar Golf Alpha. For one, the Oscar Golf Alpha is kind of weird for me to say, but it kind of harkens back when I was in the Navy. I was in VP 45, and all of our call signs were Lima November, LN, 45 for the squadron, and then whichever aircraft we were of the aircraft that the squadron had. So I think we had 9 aircraft. Yeah, it's been a long time. I think we had 9 aircraft. So you were on 4 or 5, you were either on, in the squadron we call it LN1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So if your flight, you'd look at the flight schedule, you'd go down to the main office downstairs, and you would see what plane your flight was assigned. If you were assigned to aircraft number 5 for our in-house, you'd go and look up in the book any failures, any maintenance that's needed, whether the maintenance has been completed, whether it was deemed it's okay for flight. Make sure that the aircraft was safe for flight according to the maintenance logs. Then you could go out and do your pre-flight stuff. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so we were on aircraft 5 for this particular flight. I knew our call sign for air traffic control which we could listen to on our headset. We could turn a knob on, and we could hear the pilots talk to the tower. We couldn't change their frequencies, just whatever they were listening to, we were listening to. And so I knew they would be calling Lima November 451. So it's, or 455 for that flight. If we were in aircraft 3, it'd be Lima November 453. So for me, it seems more natural just to hear November 451, because that's what I'm used to hearing. All right, so we got about 5 miles to our turn. So let's do this. And I can cheat because
November 451 Oscar Golf. Turn left, heading 255. Vectors for Culberson Co. Airport.
turn left heading 255, vectors to Culberson Airport, November 451 Oscar Golf. Alright, so he's going to vector me in from here, so 255, which is kind of where we're headed. And let's go heading hold. Oh, I'm in the wrong window. I clicked over there. I'll just do it this way, heading hold. Alright. So he's got us from here, Culberson, 119,925. We're going to put that in here. $119,925. Oh, gotta switch.
Kilo Victor Hotel November automated weather observation 12000 Zulu. Wind 263 at 3. Visibility 10.
263 at 3.
Sky conditions clear. Temperature 22 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 3021. Kilo Victor Hotel November automated.
Alright, so we're flying with the wind, so my guess is he's going to turn us around, have us land on runway 3. Now he took over and started giving me vectors, so I don't know if I can still tell him I'm ready to descend. Albuquerque Center, November 451 Oscar Golf is ready to descend.
November 451 Oscar Golf. Fly present heading, descend and maintain 6,000. Altimeter 3021. Culberson Co. Airport landing runway 21.
Runway 21. Fly present heading, descend and maintain 6,000, landing runway 21, November 451 Oscar Golf.
November 451 Oscar Golf. Altimeter 3021. Expect the visual approach runway 21.
Altimeter 3021, expect visual approach, runway 21, November 451 Oscar Golf.
November 451 Oscar Golf. Descend and maintain 5,800. Vectors for the approach.
Descend and maintain 5,800, November 451 Oscar Golf. And let's go ahead and put the gear down. Oh, what was I thinking? Yeah, we would want to fly, land on runway 21. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. We're flying into the wind. I guess because our ground speed was so high. And I did leave the landing lights on intentionally throughout this flight.
November 451 Oscar Golf. Airport is at your 12 o'clock, 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
November 451 Oscar Golf is looking for the field. I don't think it's at my 12 o'clock. I think it's over here. I think this is it right here. Albuquerque Center, November 451 Oscar Golf has the field in sight.
November 451 Oscar Golf. Request not understood.
I don't know why he doesn't. Albuquerque Center, I have the field in sight. November 451 Oscar Golf.
November 451 Oscar Golf. Cleared visual approach runway 21.
Cleared visual approach runway 21. November 451 Oscar Golf.
November 451 Oscar Golf. No tower services available at Culberson Co. Airport. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. November 451 Oscar Golf. Good day. Lost it. The plane won't level out here. The hell is it doing? Jesus. Now I lost the field. This autopilot. Look at this, it's over here still. Because it is. We're gonna go one notch of flaps. Van traffic, Cessna November 451 Oscar Golf is 7 miles out inbound to land on runway 21. Someone's driving through the field down there. That's Shane's house here, and this is our house. You can see there's the house, and this here is the arcade trailer. Shelby's buildings are over here, and this is our neighbor Shane. Greg, my neighbor, lives over here. That might be his house there. I think that's too far. I think Greg's right in there. Alright, I need to get back to flying this aircraft. We are way high. Watch the flaps. See, gears down, landing lights are on. Gonna go full rich and full prop for landing. And let's call final. Van Horn traffic, Cessna November 451 Oscar Golf is on 4 mile final, inbound to land, runway 21. We have a lot of altitude to lose. Let's go full flaps. There's the big city of Van Horn off behind the airport. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish that I was using the Google Maps because I would have liked to have seen what our house looks like. Oh, there's 8:30. Yeah, we need to descend here. I am super high. When we go the back way to town, that's the road we drive on where that little car is right here. If you go in the back way, which we generally only go that way if there's a train blocking the main way. Let me do this. I never started the recorder. Come on, Sky Dolly, where you at? Alright, flaps down, gears down. I am like driving this thing into the ground. Flaps up. Switch those off and taxi lights on. We're going to exit right here. Used a lot of differential braking there. Van Horn traffic, Cessna November 451 Oscar Golf is clear. The runway taxiing to parking. What is that big old airplane over there? See this new software I got, this new Van Horn, the parking spots are crooked. They got them going vertically instead of the, I don't know who made this software, but we're gonna park over here. Oh, he's wanting me to park way over there. Alright, we'll use it. Turn off the taxi lights now so he doesn't get blinded. set the parking brake. And we'll turn off the avionics. Go ahead and pull the prop back, and we will kill the. And he just force speed out of here. Kill the beacon strobes. Turn off the magnetos and shut her down. All right. So there you go. There you have it. We are back in Van Horn. And let me stop this recording and see if I can't get you a couple replays of that landing. I'll be right back in just a second. Here we come. Little bubble there when I flared. Oh my goodness. Woo, look at that. Look at that. That was beautiful. Alright. There you go. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.